Hi, my name is Andy Walla, and I am the director of the High School Media Workshop here at Ohio University. On Friday, July 30th, we welcomed 20 students from as far away as Alabama, Indiana, and Washington, D.C. to our school to work together to create a production we've called Run Away. Now, this year's High School Media Workshop was a little different than years past. In the past, we've been able to host students on campus where they live in the residence halls for a few days, eat in the dining halls, and really see what the college experience is all about here in Athens. Because of COVID-19, we had to shorten our workshop and cram as much fun as we could into one day. When students arrived early in the morning, I think 8:30, we got started, and what we did is we did some pre-production together. We decided upon a script, we figured out lines of dialogue, situations, props, and really kind of put together a creative plan before we split up into our 3 teams. Now, the students could pick which team they wanted to be on. We had a team working with the animation, we had a team working with the music production, and we had a team working with video production. So our music production students were over in the recording studio working on composing original music, performing this original music, and getting it ready for us to use in our production. The animation students were in charge of making opening credits for our production. So they knew what our theme was and some elements to include, and they spent their time over in the animation lab really putting it all together. Meanwhile, our video production team spent the most of their day on the 7th floor of Alden Library capturing our film. So what I wanted to do with this premiere was kind of set up our day and how it went, and really let you have a behind the scenes look at some of the pictures that were captured during production. So I'm going to start the slideshow now, and we're going to go ahead and just talk through some of these images before we share our big premiere. We were so glad that we could actually have the students come on campus instead of doing a virtual workshop. They all showed up, were ready to work, and had a lot of creative energy in the morning. We had already pre-casted our film, and Ron Luce was one of our actors, and the students decided that Carol, our other actor, was going to be stalking Ron's dating profile. So we had some fun capturing these photos of Ron to have as on his online dating profile. Cecil Hauser headed up our video production team, and he spent time working with the students, getting the gear ready, really teaching them how to set up each shot that they had already talked about in pre-production. The students got to get their hands on lighting equipment, sound equipment, cameras, Steadicam rigs, you name it. And it was really exciting for me to watch the students kind of come together, and even though most of them did not know each other, they were all ready to work creatively together. Carol and Ron are both seasoned actors here in the Southeast Ohio community, and were willing to volunteer for our production. They both did not know what they were getting into until the morning of, after the students had finished the script. But it was really a great opportunity for the students to interact with professional actors and not have to worry about casting each other in the production. I think being on location was really exciting for the students. Alden Library is a really neat place. There's just a lot of places to explore up in the stacks, and it really is a visual place for a short film. We had some amazing Ohio University students helping us out this year. They did such a great job working with the students and guiding them along the way of putting our short film together. The students really loved getting their hands on some of the equipment, especially the lighting equipment. While at the end of our short film, you'll notice that there are credits, but a lot of times the students were rotating through positions as well. So they might have actually gotten more experience than just the one position. Now we're over in our animation lab. Professor Kate Rainey was in charge of our animation group, and they spent a lot of times with the Wacom tablets working in our Adobe software to create our opening credits. And Rebecca and Jolie are two Ohio students who were helping her out. But I think the students had fun working with the technology and really helping the visualization of the opening credits come to life. I think the students had a lot of fun socializing amongst each other, switching positions, taking turns doing the slate, focus pull, running cameras, setting up the lights. Special shout out to Logan and Matthew, who were our digital imaging technicians. They spent a lot of time sitting in front of the computer, checking out the footage, putting together our rough edits while we were on location, making sure everything was looking okay. They did a great job organizing the files. Akira and Elizabeth really did a great job helping Cecil out with the production. Elizabeth kind of took on the job as the director, and Akira, he was doing our script supervising, making sure that we were capturing everything that we needed to, and writing down details of takes and which was good and whatnot. Now we're over here in our music production team, and Maddie is there helping out Will lay down some tracks on the bass. These guys had a great time in the studio, learning how everything operated. They really got to spend some time together, coming up with different genres of music for our chase scene, our opening credits, and for the ending. Special shout out to Robert for on the saxophone. And again, Nate and Maddie were our two Ohio students helping them out over in the studio. They did a great job. The largest group was the video production group that was over on the 7th floor of Alden Library. I think they had a lot of fun putting everything together. I guess, retrospectively, maybe we should have decided more creative things before the students got here to help production speed up. I think we all felt very rushed, but we did it. And I think we would have a lot more fun and if we had more time. And again, hopefully next year we're back to normal and can have some overnight experiences and have a few days to work on this piece together. But it was a lot of fun. There was some great creative decisions made throughout the day. And I really hope that everyone had a great time in the workshop. And hopefully the only complaint is that it wasn't long enough. What a great group of students to work with. It was an honor to get to know you all a little bit. My only complaint is that our time was too short together. And I hope in future years we're able to offer the overnight workshop again, and we can all get more experience together. I know some of you will be attending Ohio University this fall. Hopefully some of you we see the following fall. And maybe some of you would like to participate in the workshop again next summer. More info to come on that. I think we all know we live in such uncertain times where things are just constantly changing. So I'm glad that we were able to safely have our one-day workshop together and that we're able to do this online premiere now. I'd love to give a special shout out to a few people that who wouldn't have been able to do this workshop without them. First off, Kate Rainey and Cecil Hauser for spending the day with the students, rolling their sleeves up and actually helping out with our production. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also like to give a special shout out to our Ohio students, Akira, Elizabeth, Nate, Maddie, Rebecca, and Jolie. You guys were great. It was so much fun to have you work with the high school students. I'd also love to give a special shout out to Josh Antonuccio, director of the School of Media Arts and Studies. Without his support, we wouldn't have gotten here. Eddie Ashworth, who was able to help Maddie and Nate in the studio, making sure things were ready for music production. Brian Plow, who actually came the day of and helped us out a little bit getting set up for our video production. And someone who I wouldn't have been able to do this whole thing without is Paula Carpenter. So thank you, Paula, for helping me with all the administrative stuff that had to happen leading up to the workshop. So, without further ado, what we've all been waiting for. This is the High School Media Workshop presents Runaway.